I joined the Godot Wild Jam 62, a monthly game jam where I'd have 9 days to create a game in the Godot engine according to a given theme. This month, the theme was Harvest, and I had the optional challenge to add day-night mechanics, to add dead leaves or pumpkins, and to give the player a choice. The first step was to plan, or to wait 3 hours and then plan. After thinking on the prompts for a while, I'd come up with 3 game ideas. The first was a faction-based farming game where one team would farm and defend their crops during the day and would attack the other team's crops during the night. The opposing team would do the opposite, attack by day and farm by night. This idea was interesting, but I couldn't see a way to condense it into 9 days of work, so I kept thinking. The next idea I came up with was taking the role of a contract-fulfilling Reaper of Souls. You would take contracts, fight through levels, and work your way up to fighting some sort of boss at the end. I liked this idea a lot, but I wanted to continue brainstorming. The final idea I came up with was a first-person maze in which you collected objects and avoided a spooky entity following you around. This idea was also cool, but I ended up liking the idea of the Contract Reaper the best, as it seemed the most doable and interesting. Now to plan out the project. The contract selection and level gameplay are central to the game idea. I decided I wanted to focus first on the level and to have it be a faster-paced 2D platformer with simple movement, running, jumping, and attacking. The level would be decided by your choice of contract and require you to battle through smaller enemies on your way to the target or objective of the contract. Everything should be completed by daybreak lest you burn in the sun. I also plan on creating a shop where you could spend the souls you collect from contracts to purchase upgrades to help you on your journey. Finally, I made a to-do list to help me keep on track. And now we can start on the project itself. To start off our project, we'll create a player with the default sprite and body. I gave the little guy a box so we can see them. I also attached the default player script for now. Now in order to interact with the world, we need, well, a world. So I hopped into Asprite and referenced one of my old templates to create a very simple tile set for the level and a second alternate to represent the buildings. I also created a base sprite for the player that would fit the tile set size. To create a level, I created a tile map and set it up to work nicely in Godot. After doing that, it's fairly easy to draw out a level for our little guy. Here we go. This is awkward. After actually adding a camera and moving into position, we can see the little scrungus moving around. Check him out. This is a good start, but the Godot default movement feels really clunky, so I'm going to rewrite it using a finite state machine. A finite state machine is a fancy term for something that just makes sure code's doing one and only one thing at a time. In this case, we want our player to be either running or jumping or falling, that sort of thing. To be honest, this is a lot of work and thinking, which I definitely did not yoink from a more skilled developer with a well-made tutorial. Anyways, I got a nice character controller now, and guy doesn't want to fall. After a quick fix, it works like a charm. We got a couple tweaks to make. Now we have a player controller with moving, jumping, dashing, and falling. Beautiful. Or will be once we make art, baby. Idle animation, done. Running animation, completed. Dashing animation, destroyed. Falling animation, demolished. Jumping animation, obliterated. Even the legendary attacking animation, done. With the completed sprite sheet, we can bring it into Godot and start setting up some animations. After we code it up and set up some funny arrows, it should all work. Look at the little scrungus go! After getting massively caught up with midterms, I'm feeling the time crunch. We need enemies! I'd spent some time drawing out animations for a projectile shooting skeleton and a melee fighting zombie. I didn't have time for anything crazy, so I just wanted the zombie to approach and attack you when it got in range. For the skeleton, I wanted an enemy who would maintain a certain distance from you and shoot you if you're not too close. With the art done, I created an absolute masterpiece to plan out how the enemies will see you. Implementing it, I created an array, made it long, added some code, and now we have many rays to simulate vision. After giving the skelly a squivelly arm, the enemies can now spot and react to the player. The skeleton aims at the player, but doesn't really do much else. After throwing together a bullet and updating the skeleton, we have a force to be reckoned with. Most of the time. And our combat is basically done. After a night's rest, we have much to do and not much time to do it. I quickly threw together a simple UI, which, that's not how that works. Alright, with the UI working, I have... Oh, no time. Oh shoot. Export. Install. Upload. Oh. Mad respect to those who submitted their game in time. Unfortunately, my game's not among them. I am disappointed I didn't get to submit in time, but hey, it's my first real game jam. I had fun, I learned a lot. What more could I ask? Thinking back, I set out to do far more than I actually had time available for. That said, I had a lot of fun working on it, and I think it would be fun to continue working on it in the future. The project as it is now is uploaded to my itch.io page, linked in the description. That's about it. Thank you for watching. Bye!